In the beginning, before the dawn of time, before existence itself, there was only the vast nothing, the void, the abyss. But that nothingness was conscious and had given itself a name. And that nothingness had a desire, the desire to be something more, and create something within itself, the desire to be more than nothing. There was nothing else but it. And so it began to create. It created worlds, light, planets, water, dirt, grass, air, and everything between. Then it created the heavenly bodies, the sun and the moon, these to govern and guide the worlds from day into night. And thus day and night too were created. A time to create and a time to rest. But then this being, a being one of a kind, began to feel lonely. And so it thought, what if I were to make more like me? Beings that think like I do, and choose their own way, as do I. And so it created 10 spirits, not unlike itself, beings of free will and autonomy. But even if it could do so, they weren't created exactly like itself. And soon these 10 grew jealous of the ability to make in their own image that their creator wielded. And so they rose up and tried to overthrow it. But their folly was punished when their revolt yielded no fruit. Gehenna awaited them, along with forms and bodies that would hold their spirits there. For as long as their spirits burned with malice, so too did their bodies burn in the fiery pit. A prison-made kingdom of vice, kept there by their own pride, never yet to seek forgiveness for their sin. This made the Creator weep, for it loved those beings, yet did not understand why they chose to scorn him. It never once impeded on their free will to choose, even to choose hatred, but only hoped that they, with their free will, would choose to love once more. The being again still longed for more, longed for others to share in its creations. For what is art, if not to be shared? It too craved love, the love of a creator to its creations, the love of a father to his sons. And so it devised a body for himself. He then began to create beings in the likeness of this body, sons that he could raise to share in his eternity. And thus begins the divine Genesis. Evening came and morning followed, the first day. On the first day, he gathered to himself all of the warmth and passion that had governed the day, and created a son that would be the keeper of all his father had made. You are my son, the fire that will give life to all that I have made. He named him Rex. Evening came and morning followed, the second day. On the second day he gathered all the light from the heavenly bodies and created a sun that would be a guiding light in the darkest of days. You are my stars, the light that will illuminate all I have made. He named him Beck. Evening came and morning followed, the third day. On the third day he gathered all of the might of the skies and the power of the storms that bathe the worlds, and made a sun that would nurture the worlds and govern the skies. You are my storm, the powerful tempest that will bring life-giving change to all I have made. And he named him Daz. Evening came and morning followed, the fourth day. He gathered the waters of the oceans, lakes, and ponds to himself, and made a sun that would guide the ebb and flow of all the worlds below, a stream of water that would forge its own path. You are my ocean, the blue blood of all I have made, without which none can grow. He named him Kel. Evening came and morning followed, the fifth day. He gathered to himself every plant and form of wildlife, and made a sun who would govern over all the nature and provide the worlds with all they need. You are my wilds, the verdant flesh that feeds and provides all the wildlife I have made. And he named him Leo. Evening came and morning followed, the sixth day. He gathered to himself all of his passion and love for his creations that he had made, and created a son who would guide all of his brethren and creatures, created now and in the future, to love and live in life. You are my love, to show all I have made how to feel and how to love one another in every way. He named him Nyx. Evening came and morning followed, the seventh day. He gathered to himself all of the sounds and noise of his creations, and made a son who would be the melody that soothes the soul and brings harmony to the heart. You are my sound, the one who will bring meaning and life to every sound I have made. And he named him Vox. Then the Creator turned to these 7 infant sons and said, "And I will be your father, the one who will raise you, teach you, guide you, and love you. And because I love you, I will give you this will to choose your own path. I wish for you eternal happiness, and I hope you find that within all that I have made." and thus he raised them to grow into strong divines. And what they choose now will change everything that I have made. My beloved sons,